Dear Naruto Lemon fans, I'm thrilled to invite all of you to my Boosty channel, where you can enjoy exclusive Naruto Lemon scenes in a comfortable and supportive community. Choose from various subscription tiers, from Mini Lemon to God Lemon, and gain access to unique content tailored just for our fans. Plus, subscribers to over Naruto Lemon and God Lemon will receive special mentions in my videos. Support my channel and dive deeper into the world of Naruto today. Dare. Sunbeams filtered through the trees, illuminating the narrow path leading to the main entrance of Konohagakure. Naruto Uzumaki's return to his hometown after a 3-year journey with Jiraiya caused a great stir throughout the village. Now 16, Naruto had become a powerful shinobi, worthy of the proud title of Hokage. Naruto, dressed in his signature orange robes and with yellowish hair, entered the Hokage's palace, aware of the gazes and admiring whispers of the inhabitants. He was full of determination and pride in all his accomplishments. But amidst all this excitement, his thoughts wandered to those who had been close to him during his childhood. Yugao. He muttered quietly, remembering the woman who had always guarded him during his time in ANBU. She had been his trusted guardian, his guardian cat, as he called her. But he also knew of her tragic loss. The death of her beloved Hayate had left her in a deep depression, and neither Hana, nor Kurenai, nor Anko could reach her heart. Yugao, a beauty in her 20s, with shoulder-length purple hair and amber eyes, attracted the attention of everyone who saw her. She always wore red lipstick, which accentuated her pale skin. She was known for her coldness and aloofness with everyone except her friends. Naruto observed her from afar, but never dared approach her. Now, having returned as a hero, he was determined to correct this mistake. He believed Yugao deserved happiness and that he could be her support system, just as she had been for him during his childhood. Naruto resolutely headed to the ANBU, where Yugao continued to serve. He followed the familiar corridors until he reached the door of the ANBU room where Yugao often spent her time. Inside, he heard muffled conversations and laughter, and realized she was in the company of her friends. Naruto entered and saw Yugao surrounded by Hana, Kurenai, and Anko. Yugao sat in a chair, her fingers pensively playing with the table. Her eyes expressed sadness and loss, and her red lipstick was smudged, indicating she'd been crying. Naruto decided now was the time to approach her and try to get her attention. Yugao. He whispered, and all 4 women turned to look at him. Yugao, recognizing him, raised an eyebrow in surprise. Naruto? You're back? She asked, her voice gentle but laced with pain. Yes, Yugao. I'm back, he replied with a smile, though his eyes were serious. I heard about what happened to you, and I wanted to see how you were coping. And maybe I can help. Yugao looked at him, amusement and hope shining in her amber eyes. She slowly rose from her chair and walked over to Naruto. You really want to help me? She asked, her voice shaking slightly. Yes, Yugao. You were always there for me when I was lonely. Now I want to be by your side and help you find happiness again, Naruto said, taking her hand in his. Yugao looked at his face, at his serious blue eyes, and realized there was sincerity in his words. A new hope arose in her heart, and she smiled. Thank you, Naruto. I really appreciate what you said, she said, her voice soft and grateful. The next chapters of their story will be filled with adventure, romance, and the strength they find as they battle inner and outer demons. Naruto will become an increasingly powerful shinobi and leader, while Yugao will continue to develop her swordsmanship and become one of the greatest swordsmen in the Land of Fire. Their love will grow with each passing day, overcoming obstacles and difficulties. And ultimately, Naruto and Yugao will find true happiness in each other, giving each other the love and support they always sought. Over time, the bond between Naruto and Yugao grew stronger. They spent much time together, supporting and inspiring each other. Naruto helped Yugao overcome her tragic loss, and Yugao was a pillar of support and encouragement for him in his new role as Hokage. For several months, they trained together, honing their skills. Naruto, thanks to Jiraiya's tutelage, became a master of sage techniques and gained incredible strength and wisdom. Yugao, with her graceful movements and precision, became increasingly proficient in swordsmanship. One of their most difficult challenges was a battle with a dangerous criminal organization attempting to revive Akatsuki. This group terrorized the world and threatened Konoha's security. Naruto and Yugao, being strong and experienced shinobi, decided to confront them. Combining their powers, they waged fierce battles against their opponents, demonstrating unrivaled skill and coordination in combat. Naruto demonstrated his unique Rasengan technique, destroying obstacles and enemies, while Yugao danced with her sword, slicing through the air and her opponents with skill and elegance. The battle was fierce, but Naruto and Yugao fought not only for themselves but also for the future of their village. Their synchronized fighting style and mutual trust were integral to their success. Ultimately, they defeated the criminal organization, destroying its foundation and returning peace to the village. As they continued to protect their village from threats, their bond grew stronger. Naruto saw in Yugao not only a strong and brilliant shinobi, but also a gentle and devoted person who had overcome his pain and rediscovered joy in life. Yugao, in turn, found in Naruto the support and love she had been seeking since the death of her beloved Hayate. One day, while Naruto and Yugao were relaxing after a strenuous mission, they were strolling around the lake outside the village. The moon reflected in the water, creating a magical atmosphere. Naruto took Yugao's hand in his and said softly, "Yugao, do you know what you mean to me? You're not just my friend, you've become the most important person in my life. I love you." Yugao looked at his eyes, full of sincerity and love, and smiled. "Naruto, I love you too. You gave me new hope and happiness. I want to be by your side forever." They embraced each other, feeling their hearts become one. Their love and connection had overcome all challenges, and they knew that together they could overcome anything that lay ahead. Thus, Naruto and Yugao continued their journey, united by love and strength, becoming inseparable partners who overcome all difficulties to protect their village and find true happiness in each other. As time passed, Naruto and Yugao continued to hone their skills and lead successful missions together. They became legends in Konoha, their names inspiring awe and admiration. But their love and devotion to each other remained the most important thing in their lives. One day, Yugao told Naruto about her dream, to find a resting place for her late lover, Hayate. She spoke of how she felt his presence near her and wanted to pay her last respects to him. Naruto, inspired by her story and desire, invited Yugao to join him on a journey in memory of Hayate. They decided to travel to the mountains where Hayate last saw light and find a place of peace there for him. Their journey was long and arduous, traversing mountain ranges and dangerous gorges. But they walked hand in hand, supporting and inspiring each other to overcome difficulties. At the end of their journey, they reached the beautiful mountaintop where Hayate had fought his last battle. There, they found a monument dedicated to Hayate and placed it next to flowers and a photograph of Hayate. Standing atop the mountain, the wind caressing their faces, Naruto and Yugao recalled all the moments they'd spent together and how much they'd overcome. They realized their love had only grown stronger and deeper. "Hayate, we came here to pay our last respects and find peace for you," Yugao said, her voice trembling slightly with emotion. "But you will always live in our hearts. We love you." Naruto took Yugao's hand in his and said, "We will never forget Hayate, and he will always be with us. We will do everything we can to make sure he rests in peace." They embraced, feeling their souls connected, and Hayate sensing their love and care. They spent a few moments in silence, almost as if listening to the whisper of the wind and feeling Hayate's presence. After leaving the mountaintop, Naruto and Yugao returned to Konoha, knowing they had overcome another trial and found peace for Hayate. They continued to protect their village and never forgot their roots or loved ones. Their love and connection between their souls became unshakable, and they continued their journey together, towards new adventures, knowing that the power of their love would make them invincible. After years of serving and protecting the village, Naruto finally achieved his long-awaited goal. He became Hokage. It was the day Konoha celebrated its leader's new era, and all the villagers gathered to welcome Naruto and congratulate him on his appointment. Tsunade, the previous Hokage, proudly presented Naruto with the new Hokage's headdress. Naruto stood atop Mount Hokage, his new residence, and looked out over the crowd with deep feelings of gratitude and determination. "I'd like to thank each and every one of you," Naruto began, his voice strong and confident. "You were my family, my friends, and my mentors. Without you, I wouldn't be who I am today." The crowd responded with loud applause and cheers, showing their support and faith in Naruto. "I promise you that I will strive to be the best Hokage I can, to protect our village and ensure peace and prosperity for each of you," Naruto continued. "We will make Konoha even stronger, the only village that will set an example for all others." The crowd raised their fists in support, representing the unity and determination of the people of Konoha. At that moment, Yugao, standing next to Tsunade, felt her lover's pride and admiration. She saw Naruto overcome all obstacles and become a strong and wise leader. After the ceremony ended, Naruto and Yugao took a moment to step aside and enjoy the moment together. "You deserve it, Naruto," Yugao said with warmth in her voice. "I'm proud of you and I love you." Naruto smiled and hugged Yugao tightly. "Thank you, Yugao. Without you and the support you've always given me, I wouldn't have been able to achieve this dream. You're my inspiration and my strength." They looked into each other's eyes, and in that moment they knew their bond was unshakable. Together, they could overcome any obstacle and emerge stronger. With a new beginning formed around them, Naruto and Yugao assumed their new roles. They combined their strength and wisdom to lead Konoha to prosperity and protect it from any threat. Thus began a new chapter in their story, a story of love, strength, and wisdom. Naruto and Yugao continued to move forward, leaving their mark on the Naruto universe and showing the world that true strength lies in love and solidarity. Several years have passed since Naruto became Hokage, and a time of joy and family well-being has arrived in Konoha. Naruto and Yugao have married and become a family full of love and support. One warm spring day, Naruto and Yugao were sitting in the garden of their home, enjoying moments of peace and quiet. Yugao was already in the last trimester of her pregnancy, and they both eagerly awaited the arrival of two little miracles into their lives. "It's unbelievable, we're having twins soon," Naruto said, smiling at his wife. "I can't believe we're going to be parents." Yugao smiled back, her eyes shining with happiness. "Yes, that's incredible. We'll do our best to be the best parents we can to our children." Over the following weeks, they busily prepared for the baby's arrival, creating a cozy nursery and choosing soft blankets and toys. Every evening, they sat together, cuddling and talking with the babies they had brought with them, making them feel loved even before they were born. Finally, the long-awaited day arrived. In the hospital, Naruto stood next to Yugao, holding her hand in his. They were both filled with excitement and trepidation at what awaited them. And so, in the glow of early morning, two healthy babies were born. A boy and a girl, twins, born to fill Naruto and Yugao's lives with happiness and love. Naruto and Yugao looked at their children with awe and love, feeling their hearts fill with joy and pride. They named their children Hiro and Hana, symbolizing the strength and beauty they filled their parents' lives with. Family happiness and love blossomed in Naruto and Yugao's home. They laughed together, walked in the park, and watched their children grow up happy and healthy. Together, they created a strong family based on trust, support, and mutual respect. Naruto, in his role as Hokage, continued to lead and protect Konoha, but his family always remained his top priority. He found a balance between his duties and time spent with his family, and Yugao was always his support and pillar. Years passed, and Naruto and Yugao continued to lead happy and fulfilling lives, loving and caring for each other and their children. Their story became an example of true family strength and love, leaving a mark on the hearts of all who met them and learned of their story. Their family happiness was unshakable and eternal, just like the love that bound them together. Many years later, harmony and peace reigned in Konoha. Naruto and Yugao grew old with dignity, passing on their legacy to their children, Hiro and Hana. The children grew into strong and wise ninja, ready to continue their parents' work. Hiro, inheriting his father's spirit of never giving up and strong will, became a powerful fighter and a sought-after teacher at Naruto's school. He excelled in wind techniques, like his father, and his wisdom and charisma attracted many students. Hane, inheriting her mother's grace and skill with a sword, became a renowned warrior and protector of Konoha. She led a new generation of ANBU and was a respected leader, inspiring young shinobi with her strength and determination. Naruto and Yugao watched with pride as their children flourished and continued their legacy. Their eyes showed happiness and satisfaction, seeing their love and guidance passed on to the next generation. Friendship and solidarity flourished in Konoha, and Naruto, in his role as the former Hokage, remained a guide and advisor to the new generation of leaders. He passed on his knowledge and experience, helping Konoha become an even stronger and more resilient village. And so, the story of Naruto and Yugao became a legend in Konoha. Their love, courage, and devotion remained in the hearts of the people, and their story became an inspiration for many generations of shinobi. Naruto and Yugao lived a long and happy life, surrounded by the love of their family and friends. Their bond was strong and unwavering, and they knew their love would overcome any difficulties and trials. Their story left a mark on the hearts of all who believed in the power of friendship, love, and faith. Their legacy lived on forever, passed down from generation to generation, their names becoming symbols of strength, wisdom, and steadfastness. Thus ends the story of Naruto and Yugao, but their legacy will live on forever, filling the hearts of all who believe in the power of love and friendship.